Their actions will affect children, not right now, but down the line after a few years.
I would like to add on something over here. There is a specific line, a tiny line between traumas continuously, like practicing. Within like few months, I could able to break it for 4 minutes easily. So I was like, no Yash, we are not going to break this record even if you are able to perform better than this. I was like, why?
Let's see.
Let's go. We are ready. Don't know how to learn with me.
Why is it? What are we lacking?
Good. I was also like providing a great amount of value, but still the views was somewhere about like 100 views. Biggest problem is not the cancer. The biggest problem is not the depression. The biggest problem is not the war. The biggest problem of this entire world is
Hey everyone, welcome to Be Honest podcast with your host Junaid Jushadi, and today we have Mr. Yash Yoga, a yoga instructor, 10 times Guinness World Record breaker, and we are going to have a deep, intense conversation about yoga, health and lifestyle, and most importantly content creators, because this show is for content creators, entrepreneurs and different professionals who want to grow in their life, and we are going to have an intense conversation. Watch till the end and make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram so that you don't miss any updates about podcasts. Before starting, do you have any exercise which we have to do?
Of course we can. So basically in yoga it's mentioned that if you just hold your breath for few minutes, of course, so that gives you the proper blood flow towards your lungs and towards your brain, because by just holding your breath it expands your alveoli and it gives a proper awareness. So let's just try to hold the breath. Just simply hold, and then you will realize that your mind is getting empty from all the thoughts, and where there is no thoughts, that's when the pure form of awareness begins. So just try to be empty for a while. Once you reach at your limit, you can just exhale. See, already feels fresh.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
All right, so before starting the podcast, let's play a game.
Let's do it.
Okay, then I'm really excited. Let's see how things goes on. We will have 3 different stages for this game. So number 1 will be green color, where I will ask you 10 questions, which will be somewhat easy. You have to pick a number out of 1 to 10. And yeah, let's go. Which number would you like to choose?
9.
Okay, so what is a piece of advice you often give to others?
Okay. Just breathe.
Just breathe. Breathe. Have good breathe.
See, the word sounds like really simple. Just breathe. But to be honest, there is a deep science behind it. Since the birth till the death, what is the one thing which is constant with us? Constantly running with us. It's our breath. Since first breath till the last breath, okay? If we are not breathing correctly, if we are not using the full potential, and by the way, fun fact is only 60% of our lungs potential we are using in our day-to-day routine life. That's a fact, that's a data. 40% it's like useless. So the moment when you learn how to breathe, you actually provide the enough oxygen to your organs, and your organs function in the best optimum way. And that's how all these like factors, longevity, healthier lifestyle comes and falls apart.
Got it. We'll go for next level, which is orange. And which number would you like to choose?
6.
Okay, let's go with 6. What is a fear you have faced or are currently facing?
Fear of not being able to give my best.
Okay, so is it like a self-doubt?
It's not self-doubt. See, the way I look at my life is like I have come on this earth for a big reason, for a purpose, for fulfilling that purpose. It's not something that it's a responsibility, but for me it's something, as I'm having a vision, as I'm having a mission, I'm working on a mission. So my duty is to give my best with my full potential. So I'm just worried that due to some external factor, I don't want to get distracted. So that's the only fear.
Okay, so let's go a bit more extreme.
Yeah.
So which number would you like to choose?
3.
Number 3. What is a regret you carry and what have you learned from it?
The biggest regret. In my childhood, I was not being able to express the emotions. So if I would have expressed my emotions, then I would feel more light in my childhood. I couldn't carry all those traumas which I have been carrying on. So it would be more happier childhood I would live. But anyway, whatever childhood, whichever way I have lived in the best way. But the only one thing I didn't get learning that how you can express your emotion, because as a being childhood we have been always taught that even if you get laugh, you cannot laugh in between the class. Even if you get cry, as
Do
a
you
boy you
express
cannot
yourself
cry.
right now?
I have learned to be expressive.
The traumas you had, do you express it
Yeah,
openly?
openly.
Wow, that's nice. But why, as a child during your childhood, why do you feel like children doesn't express themselves? What's stopping them?
I think the surrounding, the upbringing, because I have born and brought up, like, of course my parenting was on best parenting I had.
That's why
But
you are here.
that's why I'm here. But still, like, as a traditional, like, sophisticated Gujarati families, like, it's not good to cry in front of
People.
people, and people usually don't share all the things with their mothers and father. But I was like, I have learned how to share every single thing. I have learned every single thing to share. And the moment when I have started sharing with my father, with my mother, it has changed.
Are parents confused while parenting their children?
Maybe because they got their parenting from their parents. So it is like coming in the legacy.
Okay.
Whatever they have experienced, they are just sharing. But as we are living in the social media, so like I'm glad to see and know that many people, there are many content creators, those who are creating content on parenting.
Yes.
And it is spreading out the knowledge of how you need to treat with your kids in the best way. So that way people are getting more aware. Even if your kids is making mistake, earlier what was happening with us, okay, if you fall, okay,
Yeah.
we get another slap. You should be careful, why did you fall?
But now people are learning.
But it was not again a bad thing, because by giving a slap, okay, they were ensuring that that memory which we are carrying on, so that stays lasts long with us, that we need to be careful while we are doing this kind of stuff, okay. But over here in this kind of time, like, kids are getting more pampered, and they are not ready to challenge, they are not ready to accept the world as it is. They feel that their life is unfair, but to be honest, everyone's life itself is unfair. So nothing comes with full-fledged, with complete perfection. We need to accept life as it is.
Got it. I realized one thing. Traumas is something where we don't realize at that moment of time. Like we have experienced something, we don't realize ki after a few years it's going to affect our thinking or anything. But we feel like that's a normal thing. But down the line, as you grow up, you start understanding things. Once you understand things, those memories become traumas.
True.
I feel like there are many teachers, parents who don't treat their children like in the best, students or children in the best way. So at that time we feel like why they are doing like this. We just have a question. But down the line after a few years, I think that was too harsh on me because I start realizing the thing.
True.
So that's how life is, and that's what trauma is. People are not able to understand what's the difference between trauma, or maybe parents or teachers are not able to understand ki their actions will affect children, not right now, but down the line after a few years.
I would like to add on something over here. There is a specific line, a tiny line between traumas and the bad experiences.
Okay.
Of course, in the life, there will be like highs and the lows. Some day will be good, some day will be lows. Bad experience will be always there, but trauma is something that hits you really hard at your core, that you cannot forget, that you cannot live. Like whenever you try to forget about that, whenever you try to push that thought away, the more harder and harder it gets. And it actually strikes at the core of your emotion. It just shivers you from that core. So the best and the efficient way to release from this trauma is to just let it go. And to let it go, it's not easy. You need to go through that layer again. You need to exactly understand why, what is the reason why it is like again and again reminding you, it is stuck inside your brain and your memory. What I realize, trauma is a form of energy.
Okay.
A energy which stays in a form of memory. If you want to release it, you need to learn how to release the energy. With the help of yoga practice, you might have seen them, some people, while they are stretching their glutes, while they are stretching their hip muscles, they are crying. They are crying not because of the pain which they are having, no. They are crying because of the unexpressed emotion which they have been carrying on. It is getting released. So with the help of stretch as well, with the help of just simple stretch, they can release the traumas.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Okay, so we broke the ice, but guys, I'm really honored to have Yash on the podcast because he is a 10-time Guinness World Record holder. And I mean, I'm really proud of you, you being of my age and achieving such a great height.
Sure.
And thank you for being on the podcast.
Thank you for having me here.
So, how was your journey for this? What was your mindset behind breaking 10 times the Guinness World Record?
Fortunately, I could able to study in a Gurukul. Gurukul it's not a normal school where people just go study and just come back to their home. It is a school where you are not only learning the academic skills, you are also learning social skills, you are also learning some co-curricular activities. And I was fortunate to learn yoga as a co-curricular activities. And they were also providing an opportunity. If you are good at something, you can give more time by skipping other academic lecture. You can give more time to other practice.
Yeah.
For me, it was a kind of excuse to avoid that academic study to practice yoga
Just
at
like
the
an
earlier
escape?
stage. Sorry?
Just like an escape?
Escape, yeah, because I was not really passionate about learning
Okay.
in the normal way. So to just escape from that academic studies, I used to practice a lot. But at that time, I didn't know that how big impact it will create in my life. 5 years down the line, after practicing continuously like physical posture, I was able to participate in different championship of yoga. After like earlier, I was just losing every championship whenever I go. Like my parents was really supportive at the time. But how long they will support if you are continuously losing? They also get disappointed. But
Yeah.
after the 10th standard, the vacation which we get somewhere about like 3 months, in that vacation I was like putting my every single like efforts into that specific training. And in that 3 months of training, I could able to perform the best. And then when I have participated in the next year itself, I was able to participate in the state level, because you need to compete with the district level and then go to the state and then go to the national. So in the 2 years after that, I was able to be in the national championship. And in 2018, I have won gold medal in the national championship, where there was like somewhere about like 20 different state was participating. After that, this journey has only started with a physical practice in which I'm just bending my body so extreme, performing different posture. But the real transformation started when I have learned the philosophical aspect of the yoga. Still, people believe that yoga is only about like stretching our body and sitting in the meditative pose, but no. It's about like art of living. It's about the way you live your life. It's a tool which helps you to unlock the true potential of your life. Just imagine, The life which you are living is a combination of the energy which you are having and the physical ability which you are having and the ability which you are having at your intellectual ability. What if yoga can help you to enhance that ability? And it has that potential. So when I have get eager to learn about the philosophical part, then I realize yoga is just a drop of ocean. The asanas which I have been performing, it's just a drop of ocean. The whole umbrella of yoga was totally different. The way we calm down ourselves, the way we react to any situation, the way we handle our stress, that's what yoga is. After studying about philosophical part, then I realized.
When was this? What was your age?
It was the age of between 18 to 20.
Very recent.
It's not
Like
recent.
3-4 years back.
No, as I'm 24 right now, so it's somewhere about
5 years?
5 years down the line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but how were you as a child? Were you disciplined? Were you passionate about yoga?
Surrounding matters a lot. And after learning that philosophy, okay, here's the question, like here's the answer comes. After learning that philosophy, one deep question was hindering in my mind, continuously striking my head. What is the purpose of your life? Why you are living this life? And when I have found that, because that curiosity itself cannot let you sleep, just studying, reading books after book, reading about philosophy, about yogic scripture, about learning about life, learning about different philosophers, then at the core I realized that there is no hardcore purpose of your life. It's just open book. And whatever you are writing, it becomes your reality, it becomes your life. And then I have decided myself that whatever I have learned throughout that journey, now it is the time for me to share that. The way it has transformed my life, because I was able to see the huge change in my life, the way I react to the situation, the way I calms down my anger, the way I manage that stress was completely different. I was a different person because earlier I was known as the most craziest kid, the most like a kid who is like always doing some crazy stuff. But after that transition, I was totally different person. So that has made me realize that the way I have shaped my life, okay, not only physically but also intellectually, the curiosity was about learning more and more. Then I have studied about YTTC course, yoga teacher training course, that has given me the credibility to teach others. And since then, within few years, I have came over here in Dubai, and rest is example.
What kind of dedication level you need to have to achieve this kind of goal?
In terms of goal, like I had that goal to break that Guinness World Record since my childhood. It's not something I just decided and just broke it. In my school days itself, in one of the lesson, one of my teacher has shown some of the video of top 100 Guinness World Records.
Okay.
And as being a backbencher, I was just observing. These guys are just doing crazy stuff, walking on the fire, flying on the, jumping from the like plane, and just doing some crazy stuff. And then my teacher said that, my master said that, as a being human, we have that ability, we have that potential. You just need to learn. You just need to know what you are good at. And I just questioned myself, where I'm good at, and the answer was yoga. And at that time itself, I have realized that no, as I'm good at yoga, there could be some yoga records which I can break. And just at that day only, at that time we were not having access to the mobile phone. I just asked my brother, is there any world record in the field of yoga? And he has just searched and just gave me some title. Scorpion position is there, which means to balance on our hands, forearms, and then bringing the legs upside down.
You mean balancing yourself on hands?
On the hands.
Okay.
And just bringing the legs upside down.
Okay.
The record was 4 minutes 20 seconds.
Okay.
I said, yes, it is challenging. At that time, I was like hardly able to perform the scorpion pose for a few seconds. Working hard, Then I was having the clear vision. This is the record which I'm going to break. Continuously, like practicing. Within like few months, I could able to break it for 4 minutes easily. Then I went to my master, that teacher. I could able to break it for 4 minutes and like 50 second, few second more than the current record. Then my master was like, "No, Yash, we are not going to break this record even if you are able to perform better than this." I was like, "Why?" I can able to break one record. But at that day, he taught me really great lesson. That Yash, if you want to break that record for breaking your own limitation, not to break that others' record.
Yeah.
Again, that has hit me really hard. That gave me the perception that if I want to break the record, I don't want to break that record for only just show off, for only just to prove someone that I'm good, I'm better than you. No. He has given me the perception. He has changed my mindset. That if you want to break your own limitation, challenge your own self, and know what exactly the true potential which you are having. And with having that mindset, I just again keep on practicing. Next 5 years, I have practiced with, of course, countless hours, and just as that posture itself has become my own.
How do you feel about it right now?
No words.
Is it, for example, like I always think, it's easy to win if you are a winner. First time it might be difficult, but second time you get that confidence to win. For example, it's easy for winner to win every time.
No, I would like to break that. Winner already knows that they have win. In my mind, I was already know that I can able to break it. All the field, if you see, all the great personalities, if you see, they already have win in their mind first, and then they win in actual life. That was the philosophy for me as well. I have already win in my mind that I will going to break 5 times more, 7 times more. And on the day of 22nd of June 2022, when I have attempted that scorpion pose, the time was 29 minutes and 4 seconds.
That was your last record?
That was the first record which I broke. 7 times more than the current record.
What's the current record?
4 minutes, that I should tell you. 4 minutes. The scorpion pose. That was the first record which I broke. And after that, one after another. Because this doesn't require only the physical strength. This actually requires the mental resilience, which you need to build with the help of breathing exercise. Because I can put you like 100,000 people in front of me, those who are more stronger in terms of physical strength, having muscular body, having like great shape. But the record is not about if you're having good strength, you can break it. It's all about like learning to detach yourself from the pain, learning how you can like go and detach yourself completely from that pain, and you connect yourself with the other dimension that pain doesn't bother you. It's like in our day-to-day routine life, we say like adrenaline rush, entering into the fight or fly mode. That was that.
Got it. So that's about you, but I want to know more about the recent International Yoga Day which happened. How was it?
It was great.
So what did you do on that day?
So fortunately, as we are living in the best city of the world, Dubai, and the best government, United Arab Emirates, so government itself has played really crucial role over here in this World Yoga Day. They have organized this event for the World Yoga Day over more than 30 plus locations, where they have give access to free yoga event, where everyone can just join that event and just practice yoga, and to get to know what exactly yoga does in our life, how it actually impacts in our life. So really hats off to the government, those who have played really great role. And over here, I would like to also mention and give the shout out to Ahmad Ibrahim, one of the member of Asian Yogasana Championship. He has put a great efforts to make this possible.
You know, UAE government they are like any field you choose, they are ready to support you.
True.
Be it content creation, yoga, sports, infrastructure, the economy, everything, they are ready to support you. And I think like people here are blessed to be in the city
True.
and grow. You see like the rulers of the country are engaging in the daily activities of what we can also do. They inspire us. It feels great about that.
It is.
What about the public? What do you think? Like, there were many people?
Many people means like right now I can say somewhere about like 6 to 7% of the entire Dubai population would have practiced yoga at least once in their life. It's not small number, because in comparison of other countries and in comparison of other nationalities, yes, it is a good number.
Wow.
That people are getting more and more well aware about yoga.
Where is the most practice? Like, where do people come from? Like, where they practice more yoga? Which country is that?
Of course, on the top it's India.
It's
the
India.
birthplace of yoga.
Okay.
Of course, because of the population and because of the popularity, and of course our Prime
Is
Minister
yoga
Modi.
from India?
Yes. See, yoga, the origin place, of course, it is India, because if we see the like scriptures from where this knowledge has like carrying on, so it's not the recent knowledge. It has been carrying on since 5,000 years. More than 5,000 years, I would say. Yeah, yoga is not the new knowledge. It's not recent one. It has been started from more than 5 years. And right now the reason for getting it more popular because of the some initiative. Just for example, like since 2014, since it has been announced as like 21st of June is going to be celebrated as a World Yoga Day, and the initiative has taken by our Prime Minister Modi. So hats off to him as well, because this one simple initiative has increased its popularity by huge level.
Before that, wasn't it practiced more, or how was it?
It was unstructured.
Okay.
People actually didn't know how to practice because there was no specific protocol, there was no structure. But then, see, any industry to grow, okay, what requires? They don't require more awareness or something.
Resources?
They just require attention.
Okay.
And there was a specific cause to give attention. Where there is attention, resources will follow, people will follow, everything will follow.
And brands will follow.
Money will follow.
Yeah.
Fun fact is,
Uh-huh.
right now, yoga has become $107 billion economy.
Okay.
And the number like expected in 2030, it will go up to like $300 billion industry. So it is getting more and more popular.
Let's go. Let's see.
Let's go. We are ready.
All right. So we spoke about yoga. I want to ask about your physical wellness, your health, and you look young. Your face is glowing. So what's your daily routine? How do you spend your daily time?
They start with a glass of water, not a glass, but a bottle of water, drinking 1 liter of water just directly after waking up. The reason is, throughout our life as we have slept, so a good bacteria, a saliva which has been creating. So if we are reaching out that saliva, that good enzyme to till our stomach, so it actually helps us to increase the good gut bacteria, and that actually improves our gut health and the digestive power. After that, starting my day with, and the best thing, as soon as you drink this 1 liter of water, you get a call within just few minutes for a poo,
Sorry?
releasing your stool.
Okay.
Yeah, for washroom. And if you don't know how to poo, learn with me. You just need to sit this way, not in the westernized toilet, because literally, at the serious note, I'm telling you, the biggest problem is not the cancer. The biggest problem is not the depression. The biggest problem is not the war. The biggest problem of this entire world is constipation. Someone will laugh at me and what you are saying. But literally, if you really think about at the core, just look at your own life. When you have not released your poo properly, stool properly, at that day, you will not have a good, fresh thoughts. Your mind will be completely upset throughout your entire day. You will not going to take a good decision. You will be completely upset. And you will be shouting at others. Because the amount of neurocells which we are having in our mind, the same amount of neurocells which we are having in our gut, it is scientifically proven. So how you can take a good decision, how you can talk with someone nicely if your gut is upset, if you're having constipation. And in Ayurveda, Ayurveda is a science of health, which is clearly mentioning that every single disease, I'm not talking about one specific, every single disease, the root cause is the gut health, is the constipation. So that's why we should be more focusing on the gut health more than anything else.
Right. Talking about health, as young individuals right now, we face problems like hair fall, belly fat, pimples. What is the connection? Like, why does it happen?
Direct connection. I can share you some of my photos, okay, 5 years back. If you will see my face, you will not even find a one specific 1 centimeter space where there is no pimple.
Okay.
Entire face, from the chin to the forehead, it was completely covered with the pimples. But right now, there are only few pimples which I'm having. The reason was, unintentionally, because of the lack of awareness, I was training in the wrong way, and that has ruined my own gut health, and that was impacting on my skin health. So what I was doing, I used to have that like excitement to break to these records, and for that you need to train extremely. It's not something that training normally 1 hour, 2 hour. To be at the top, you need to train without countless hours. Throughout the journey, I was like unaware that if I'm training my core muscles, I need to release my stool before, and then only I should train myself. But I was doing early in the morning, waking up at the 6 a.m. and just directly training for the core muscles. So the compression comes where? On our stomach.
Yeah.
And that has ruined my gut health. So because of that reason, I was having. For normal people, why usually they get the pimples? There is a direct connection of our gut. The gut, okay, that hold our stool for somewhere about like 6-7 hours. But if it is taking long time, so what happens? The layers of the gut, okay, get stuck, and this undigested food gets stuck on that layers of the large intestine. And as it is getting stuck, so the absorption from your other food is not proper. So it cannot get absorbed other food's nutrients. And where there is a lack of nutrients, you will feel the wrinkles, you will feel the pimples, and there are so many toxins which you are intaking through your, because the absorption, whatever we are eating, the absorption is coming from happening from our large intestine. If it is continuously surrounded with the toxins, what will flow in your blood? Toxins. That's why there is a direct connection.
What about belly fat?
So the calories which we are intaking, okay, if we are not able to burn out those calories, there is simple logic. The amount of surplus which you are having, the calorie surplus, it is going to store as carbohydrates, and those are going to turn into the fat, and the fat molecules, those, like, of course the food is staying into our stomach, and from that stomach, as we are not able to burn, like having that surplus of calories and the high amount of fat, so it will just spread out on our stomach. And if you may have a question, why only belly, why only glutes, why not our ankle and joints, why we are not having fat or stored over here? Because our human body has been designed by the universe in a such a way that the highest amount of organs where we are having on our stomach, we are not having any organs on our thighs. So somehow it is a kind of surviving mechanism. How? For example, your body thinks that as of now, I'm having the surplus of calories. So I store in a form of fat. When this person will not have any food to eat, that fat will convert again into a calorie and then it will give you the best source of energy. So it is a kind of surviving mechanism. And why only on our organs, surrounded by organs? What is the weakest body part? It's our organs. What keeps our body functions? It's our organs. That's why. You don't need more fat on your ankle, on your thighs, on your wrist. Even your hands is broken, you will able to survive. But if your heart, there is a smiley dysfunction, it will not survive. If there is a smile dysfunction in our stomach, you will not able to survive. So it's just for the
How
survival.
to reduce it?
Okay, there is no magical pill. There is no magical hack that will work. Understanding your own routine, that is the first entry level stepping stone. If you will understand what is exactly your routine, you will get to know that there will be only two courses. Either you are intaking more calories more than you require, or the second reason would be you are not moving your body in an appropriate way, that your calories is not getting burned. If you find any one particular reason, and of course there will be only one reason, either you are not moving more efficiently, you are not moving enough, or you are eating more. If you are already moving enough, but if you are eating more, so just reduce the calorie which you are intaking. And if you are already eating more and moving less, start moving more. But here is the question. By just doing any physical exercise, by just doing any posture, it will not get reduced. It needs to be balanced. Some people think that yoga is only for the flexibility. It cannot burn out the calorie. It cannot reduce the weight. Just because they are not doing in the right way, that's why they will not able to reduce. Come to me, I can just give the proper comparison. On the one hand, if you will put the sun salutation, on the other hand, if you put any form of exercise, either it could be a rock climbing, which considered as one of the toughest exercise, any form of sports, paddle, tennis, running at the 7.8 miles per hour, it's not a joke. Even you can feel your heartbeat in your ears when you run at that speed. By comparison, that level of hardcore workout in comparison of sun salutation, okay? Sun salutation marks on the top, burning out somewhere about 300 to 500 calories in 30 minutes. It based on the speed and the intensity, but it is proven. I'm not just saying for sake of saying. I can just give you the list: 417 calories in 30 minutes you can burn out easily.
Okay.
And people say that yoga is for slow people. No. Come.
Okay.
There are different style of yoga. Of course, when you are attending a yin yoga class, you will find really pace. There will be no movement. You just need to be there in the specific position.
Okay.
This is a different style of yoga for the different people. Those who want peace, those who want relaxation, those who want to burn out calories, those who want to move their body, those who are really active. Just practice sun salutation.
Okay. So, Yash, can you convince me to do yoga instead of going to gym?
Right now, I can convince you.
How?
Just let me ask you one simple question. What actually requires for you to live longer?
A good health?
What does it mean by good health?
You mean being flexible, you can run?
No. Only one thing which requires for you to live longer. If your organs, all the organs are working more efficiently, you will live longer. Okay. Why? And what actually requires for you to keep your organs healthy? Your prana, energy, the vital energy. Prana is not the only oxygen which you are intaking. Prana is the vital energy. When you stretch your body, when you move your body, when you breathe more efficiently, pranayama with the help of different posture, you are actually allowing your body to inhale. You are actually allowing your body to flow that energy more efficiently. And just because of that reason, your organs can work more efficiently, and that helps you to live longer. No one is going to ask you in your day-to-day routine life that how many kg you can lift, how much dumbbell press, or how much deadlift you can do. Because in your day-to-day routine life, you will not require to lift 200 kg, 150 kg. But yes, you will require to scratch your back. And if your flexibility is not allowing you, you will not able to do it. Yes, you will require to sit with a cross-leg position. You will require to sit with a straight spine. You will require to have that fresh energy. That's why you should practice
Yoga. Where should I join yoga?
practice.gloryyoga.org. See you soon.
All right. So, yeah. But Yash, in yoga, I mean, for wellness, for fitness, I've seen people doing ice bath all the time. What is it about?
Oh my God. Once in the life, if you have not did ice bath, put your all the work away, all your roles, responsibility, and just try it out. First time, whenever you are going to do that, try it out. You will be sitting next to the Yamraj.
Okay. Is it that bad?
Literally, the amount of pain which you may have never ever felt in your life, you will reach at that peak. You will feel the pain as like needles are just pitching, just piercing your entire body, and not only one needle, through your entire body, from every single pores. But once you will experience this, once you will learn how to slow down your breath and detach yourself from this pain, it's all about having the control over your breath. It shrinks your muscles by 60%. Just imagine. It squeezes your muscles. And when you just come out, the recommended time is somewhere about close to 3 minutes to 5 minutes. If you're doing less than 3 minutes,
It's not effective?
It is effective, but to get the best out of it, you need to be at least for 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, not more than 5 minutes, because then your nerve system get numb. After 2 minutes itself, when your nerve system get numb, then you can bear that pain. The best advantage of doing ice bath, when you just come out, okay, for few seconds, yes, you may feel that your body is numb, it's freeze, but after that, the circulation of the blood will be more than 2 times.
Okay.
Second thing, as it is going to circulate and it gives a sharp jerk, like sudden change into the temperature, it actually releases the hormones, oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin, which gives you the complete piece of relaxation. And after doing that, your body feels completely amazing. The amount of recovery which you may get after 2 days, which you can just get it in 1 day.
Okay.
That's right.
But I want to ask about taking bath. So, sometimes people say when you take cold shower, you feel more fresh than when you take hot shower.
Yeah, it is true.
Why is that?
So just after taking cold shower, literally you feel more fresh, more energetic, more aware, more alert. Just because of one simple reason. It actually gives that jerks, that sudden change, and that slows down your heart rate. When you slow down your heart rate, somewhere about like below 60, suddenly you feel more fresh. And that can be achieved with the help of breath work as well. Because the body's temperature, when it goes down, when you get sudden change, and then you breathe really slowly after that. As you breathe slowly, heart rate goes down, it slows down your nerve system, it actually stimulates your vagus nerve. And vagus nerve is the real cause, real reason why you feel more fresh, more released, more calm.
Okay. I just wanted to know, I want to know your content journey. How did it start? You were into yoga, you were doing so many things, you have 10 records, but what's your content journey? You have a huge fan base.
True.
So how did it start? What was your initial days about social media? What was your mindset about social media?
I still remember the day one of creating the video. I was like holding the phone, reading the script, not only once, twice, 30 times.
Mm-hmm.
And still was not satisfied with that video.
Okay.
So of course everyone start like this, right?
Yeah.
And I was like more conscious about perfection. So it was even difficult for me.
So are you a perfectionist?
Earlier I used to. But then as you grow, you need to compromise on quality and work focusing more on the delivery. Because only quality will not work. You need to have enough quantity. So that people will at least have something to see. So earlier the journey was, of course, even the way I'm speaking right now, you would be surprised if you would listen me 5 years back.
Okay.
I was not even able to communicate even a single word with the English. My native language is not English. I used to born and brought up in the Gujarati family. I used to speak in Gujarati, and then even to speak Hindi was a big challenge for me. Whenever I used to say kaise ho, aap, tongue was not used to.
Okay. Yeah.
And for everyone, it might happen.
Same
So
thing.
even if you are starting your content creation journey, yes, you may feel fumble. You may feel that you are lacking words.
Yeah.
But it's a constant practice that makes
Does
you...
it come with experience?
No. Even if you are having like 10 years of experience, I know a few creators, those who are still having like few number of followers. So instead of experience, I would say it is a strategy that helps you. It's not the overnight like one video went viral and then those who are content creator, those who can actually relate with this statement that being a content creator is not a one night shot that one of your video goes viral up to like 50 million, 60 million and you are a content creator. No, it's the constant efforts which you are putting into your content, and that content is speaking louder than your voice, then it is creating an impact in other people's life in terms of either you are entertaining, either you are educating or inspiring. So if you are bringing that change, when a people are visiting your profile and if you inspire them, if you give a reason that by just watching this reel, when I'm just moving on I'm swiping on the right, and then by watching other videos, if you give them the feeling that you are able to impact in their life, either you will educate them or adding more value, then only they are going to press that blue color button, follow.
But people like me are still struggling to provide value to the audience which we have, or not able to grow on social media. But why is it? What are we lacking?
Good. I was also like providing a great amount of value, but still the views was somewhere about like 100 views, 200 views. But how actually it works? Even if we are providing value, people are not ready to accept that, don't want to consume that value directly if it is not interesting. To make it interesting, we need to hook them first, because they are having like hundreds of videos to watch, scrolling. If we are not able to grab their attention within just 3 seconds, the game, we are already lost. Even if the 100 million value which you are providing in that video, they are not going to listen if the hook is not powerful enough. So first, it should start with a powerful hook. Second thing which has worked for me really well is like a series based content.
Okay.
Why? When a person is listening, there is a day 20 of learning handstand, hand balancing posture. Then that person surprised, if I'm getting that much value in this video, what that person would have taught in day 19, in day 18, day 15. So they visit our profile and then they see all the videos. So that is again a strategy that you can use, series based content, and that worked really well. Another thing, I usually follow the 5S strategy, which start with like every 5 like headline start with S. Content should start with the hook. So starting should be a very powerful. Content should have a specific story. If there is no story, people will not going to see. People will be not interested. Content should have a specific timeline. It should be shorter enough. So shorter the content, the
better.
probability of having the review, like multiple
Watching it.
view.
Okay.
Multiple view would be more. Third, I think it's the third one which I have shared, right?
Yeah.
Fourth, content must need to have a specific strike on people's emotion. Strike.
Touch it.
Yeah. Either you are making them sad, either you are creating the wow moment, either you are sharing the out of the box idea, either you are making them curious, inspire. It should strike on their emotion or on their behavior. And the last one, which is above everything, content must need to strategize in a such a way that it is consistent. So strategy of
Consistency.
that's what you require.
How do you feel about your audience right now?
They are my family. More than the family, they are like a good community where everyone is helping each other. More than my Instagram, like more engagement I'm coming on my private community where everyone is sharing their journey. Because some people ask me, like, as you are having this like followers, so why actually, like, what actually you are doing for them? I said, I'm not doing anything, they are doing for me. Because yoga, for other people, it might be a form of only exercise, but for me, it's a life. It's a life in which we are living a yogic life, where every single morning when I'm in front of them with my community, for practicing yoga, so they start their day with a new freshness, with a new excitement, and I'm just bringing out the new challenges every single day. Like today, here is a challenge for you to be helpful for 3 people. Here is a challenge for you to perform the plank position for 2 minutes. Today is a challenge for you to say I love you to your parents. So these are the challenge that brings out, and there are so many examples. Those people, those who were not even feeling comfortable with their parents, are now have become the best friend. A person who has like not even called his friend or her friend since 5 years, by just a call, the relationship has rebound.
Wow.
So these are the few challenges that bring the excitement in that community. And I love to connect with people. I love to share their own experience. I love to share my experience. And when people are sharing each other's experience, each other's journey, it becomes inspiring for other people to grow. It is something, a hand holding which they get. Few people ask me that why yoga is paid, where yoga can be taught. I can like go onto YouTube and just watch like hundreds of videos. The simple reason and the answer is like, this video is not going to change your life. When we are with you, when you are surrounded with the people, those who are also on that same vision, same mission, same journey, it's a hand holding. You can walk with them, you can go through that journey. And that's the power of community. And that's how the transformation, the change comes.
Okay. Did social media open you more doors, big opportunities?
Every single day, I wake up with a new opportunity. And that is the power of personal branding, not only social media. Because social media, some people might have millions of followers, but if they are getting just by moving some of their body, by making some thumkas, and if you get the followers,
no impact.
There is no impact, and that impact is not going to open the door of new opportunity. But of course, when you are being helpful for a new people every single day, you don't know, it's any corner of the world, someone somewhere in the corner of the world is maybe getting inspired from your videos. And if that video is helping them to take an action to start their yoga journey, so for me that is more important. So that is the change that I want to bring through the content, and that has helped me to build my own personality, that has helped me to build my own personal branding, and that is helping me to open up the new opportunities.
Wow, that's amazing.
True.
Okay, so we are here at the last segment, which is a closing segment which we have. I will ask you a few questions which you have to give me short answers. So One thing people get totally wrong about yoga.
Some people think that yoga is actually for just females.
What's your favorite healthy dish?
Hummus.
Hummus, you love it.
Yeah.
How much time do you spend on screen daily?
Just because of the work and the mission on which I'm working on, that is the online training. So I have to give more time on the screen, somewhere about 4 to 5 hours.
Which is your favorite place where you want the community there you want to teach yoga?
Rishikesh, the only place.
Okay.
A city of yoga, where literally I'm actually doing this. I'm organizing some retreats where I bring people for the Rishikesh, a city where the energy itself is divine enough. You don't even need to put any efforts to meditate. As you are sitting in the hills and the mountains, you just need to close your eyes and let the universe play its own magic.
Okay.
So it's such a beautiful place.
What's your goal?
There is no goal. There is only one vision: to make yoga accessible for every individual people.
Okay. Any last honest advice or thing which you love to say, or anything love to say to the people who are watching this podcast?
Before utter you even a single word, implement in your own self. Try, test. Is it working on your own self? And then share it with the world.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you so much for the podcast. It was really great talking to you. We had lots of discussions. I mean, it was intense, it was deep. Really loved the conversation.
Great.
Thank you so much for the advices which you have given on the podcast. And I'm really honored to have you.
Thank you.
And this is a push. This is a start for my podcast. And you are here. I'm really honored. Thank you so much for that kind of motivation.
Thank you so much.
Your presence means a lot.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching this till end. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like the podcast, and make sure you share it with your friends and family. Thank you. Have a good day.